Smoking and lose weight now without cravings, irritability, or your money back. Only $49.99 guaranteed. Due to the coronavirus, the seminar will now be online live Thursday, January 28th or Saturday, January 30th for the Fort Dodge area. Get all the details at markpatrickseminars.com. Register now at markpatrickseminars.com.
Michael Devine, the Doctor of Truth.
Does anyone have anything they'd like to confess?
That AM 1400 KVFT.
That's right. It's 448. I'm Michael Devine, the Doctor of Truth. I think if you believe in truth, well, you believe in, well, I can't go that far. That's a little bit too much. I was going to say, if you believe in truth, you believe in me. But now, I've been wrong before, sometimes intentionally. Not on the radio, because you get caught on the radio immediately. If you get on the air and start bloviating, which is I've done a couple of times, I know I was going to get one of those announcer voices type things that introduce me, like this guy who comes on and says he's the Doctor of Truth. I was going to get one that said Michael Devine, the bloviator. I kind of like that. The bloviator. That's a great word, bloviate. I'm going to bloviate for you until 5, and then I'll be back tomorrow to bloviate some more. No, I've tried speaking from memory before, thinking I was correct. Boy, I heard from people fast that I was way off, and well, I had to cop to it. I've always hated that people try to screw around or not tell us who and what they think. And I think what's happening in Washington, D.C., and it's an outrage. It is. A SWAT team is now inside some of the Capitol buildings. Protesters got inside Nancy Pelosi's office. I'm no big fan of her. I mean, some of these old folks, they just can't let go. Trump, that was one thing that Trump said. I just can't let this go, referring to the presidency. Well, excuse me, Mr. Trump, it's not yours. The presidency is not yours. It's an office in which you are privileged to serve until such time when your term is over. Well, your term is over. President Trump has urged protesters in Washington, D.C. to go home. Hell, he brought them there in the first place. I don't think he knew what he was doing. I don't think he really knew what he was unleashing. Now he's a little nervous. His legacy might be strange. I think there's a little bit too much talk about legacy. I don't care what Barack Obama's legacy is. I don't care what George Bush, Ronald Reagan's. Who cares? Your legacy. That's just pompous. Can we have a little, humility in public office again? All these bizarre claims that, the Democrats are needed to save the country or the Republicans are needed to save the country. No, they're not. They're just political parties, and they're there to accumulate power and wealth for those people who put them in office and put them in front of television cameras in the first place. That's the truth. This isn't about right or wrong or any of those sorts of things. It's about power and money, and that's with the Democratic Party, and that's with the Republican Party. Donald Trump cost the Republicans control of the Senate. Yes, it's over now. Both Democrats won. So the Senate, the House, and the presidency are all under the control of the Democratic Party. As far as I'm concerned, that's Donald Trump with a little bit of help from Mitch McConnell. Of course, Trump screwed up the Republicans so bad. The Democrats wanted a $2,000 payment to help people through the COVID virus and all these other things. And the Republicans wrangled and wrangled. And they didn't want to spend their big constituents' money or their big contributors' money, because that's why they're there. That's the only reason the Republican Party exists. It's to protect large, privately held wealth. That's it. That's it. So they were protecting, once again, large, privately held wealth, and got into a little bit of a tussle with their own president. President comes out for the $2,000 payment rather than the $600 payment. Where did that put, what kind of spot did that put the two Republican candidates for the Georgia Senate, or excuse me, for the Senate from Georgia? What kind of position did that put them in? Well, it screwed them. They both had to come out and say, well, we support the $2,000. Well, you knew once they were going to get in office, they were going to vote against it, because that, again, is a Republican mantra: protect large privately held wealth. Make sure people are desperate and working for little or nothing and barely scraping by. That's the truth, Ruth. Fearful people are easy to control. Fearful people are easy into scaring. You can scare them into working harder and longer for less money. That's the state of capitalism as we know it now, which is horrendous. But Donald Trump, of course, he was on board with these people. These are his people. And he screwed them good out of selfishness, out of an almost childish selfishness. And now we have this outrage in the state, in the nation's capital. A lot of people thought, well, this is, a lot of my liberal friends, well, we won, and we're going to bring you to heel now. We're going to lead you around on a leash. And I knew that wasn't going to happen. But I didn't think the president would be so reckless as to demand that people come to the Capitol and raise hell as they have. Little did I know that he was that reckless. I mean, he's just been a head case, frankly, since the election. And if he'd have conducted a better election, if he'd have paid more attention to the COVID virus, and if he'd have been less selfish and paranoid, I know I'm being a little rough on the president, but I've had it with him. God, come on, man. Get out of the office. Get out of office. Get out of that office and go home, wherever that is. Florida, New York. Hey, go, man, go. And again, people mistook me for a Trump supporter. I am a patriot, an old school patriot. Donald Trump was president of the United States, and I was going to support him, period. I had the same attitude when Barack Obama was president. Obama, I really thought he was a snake oil salesman. He did a lot of things I just didn't believe in. I still don't. This is AM 1400 KBFD, the voice of Fort Dodge. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Yeah, there are a lot of people out here and getting sick and tired of all the media that just done 24/7 bashing on Trump for all these years. Now you're just joining in on the parade.
Well, I want to tell you, if you're going to fill up the Capitol with protesters who are breaking up things and getting on the congressional floor and doing a lot of really stupid things, which Trump has done, I'm afraid I'm going to have to call him down on that. I'm going to follow the truth no matter where it is. I have, again, supported the president because he is the president of our country. And I have done that.
There's another thing you get wrong all the time when you quote Rush Limbaugh. He didn't say what you say he said.
What did he say?
About Obama.
Yes, he did.
He said, you get it wrong every time. He said, with the policies he wants, I hope he fails.
What is the significant difference in I hope he fails and what you just said?
In trying to implement the policies that he wanted. That was what he was referring to.
I'm a Rush Limbaugh listener. I heard him say several times, I hope Obama fails. I hope Obama fails. And as far as the distinction between that and implementing Obama's policies, there is none. Come on, man. You just called me up. You're just calling me up to jack with me, aren't you?
No, man. You're right in there with the rest of them. Did you watch CNN last night? Could you find any of them that were Trump supporters or, weren't biased?
Are you a little tired of Trump and these shenanigans or not?
Huh?
Are you a little tired of Trump?
I'm not in favor of these shenanigans, but where was Joe Biden or anybody else in Portland, Seattle, and all these other protests all going on?
Well, that's a good
And
point.
how do you know that there aren't Antifa embedded in this, causing this problem here today?
Oh, there very well could be. I mean, the woman could have been shot by some Antifa flake. That's for sure. We don't know. It's, there. God, that's my problem with seeing this disgraceful conduct in our country's capital. That's not, we're not some banana republic. We don't do these sorts of things. I mean, what is the point?
I mean, you look at all the numbers and how they came in some of these places, and there was shenanigans in this election.
Well,
There's no doubt about it.
Give me some
when you get more ballots than you have actual votes in areas, there's something going on. And they come up with a bunch of mail-in ballots with no envelopes.
Thoroughly investigated by independent people, and
no. And if you look at any story, you find every story where the media and they just say false claims right out without investigating it. Nobody investigated.
Well, there were several investigative agencies actually that looked into it. I mean, this went to court 60 times, 60, and you're telling me that all 60 times something was remiss that the judges didn't rule on or didn't see. 60.
If you believe they didn't do something there, and you look at some of the numbers in the bigger cities, is where last night DeKalb County, they can't even pronounce it right. They keep calling it DeKalb County. It's DeKalb.
Well, that's wrong. It is.
But I mean,
I'm opposed to mispronouncing.
Yesterday for them.
I'm opposed to mispronouncing DeKalb County's name. All right, we're gonna have to go because the news is coming up. But find out who these evil people are, and give me a call back, will you? 5 o'clock in the afternoon, KVFD Fort Dodge. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for listening, friend.
If you're a gearhead or not, you'll enjoy the Under the Hood Car Show every Saturday afternoon from 2 till 4 on the voice of Fort Dodge, AM 1400, KVFD.
This is a Fox News alert. Reestablishing order. I'm Lisa Lacera. A curfew now in effect in Washington,